Hey everybody, it's Damien again from Studio Pro Musica. Today's video is on getting started with modes. Now this is actually the first of a few videos I'm going to be doing regarding modes. Today's getting started with modes. I'll also be doing understanding modes on a deeper level and also modal songwriting. So look for those here at Studio Pro Musica real soon. As far as getting started with modes, when I'm talking about modes, I'm talking about the 7 traditionally recognized modes. The so-called Ionian mode, the Dorian mode, the Phrygian mode, the Lydian mode, the Mixolydian mode, the Aeolian mode, and the Locrian mode. Okay? Modes are something that's shrouded in a lot of mystery, and as we love to do here at Studio Pro Musica, let's demystify modes. Okay? Now in terms of understanding modes, really the most important thing you can understand from the starting point is how modes relate to a given major scale. Now if you don't understand what a major scale is or how to find the notes within a major scale, this may not be the video for you. Follow along, you may get a lot out of it, but recognize there may be some things that won't be completely comfortable, okay? But for those of us that are comfortable thinking about what is a major scale, what are the notes in a given key, I'm going to orient all my examples towards C major. We understand the notes in C major are C, D, E, F, G, A, B. There are no sharps, there are no flats. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. I reach my octave, of course. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Next octave. Okay, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. How do modes relate to a given major scale? Here's the big secret. You don't need to find modes. You don't need to practice modes. I had a student come to me and say, oh, I was reading somewhere that I should practice my Dorian modes. I said, no, you don't really need to do that, because whether you know it or not yet, you already know the Dorian mode. You already know all the modes if you know a major scale. Because with the 7 traditionally recognized modes, every mode has the same notes as, every mode overlays, so to speak, a given major scale. Think about the notes of C major that I just told you a moment ago. There are 7 of them. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Did you happen to notice that when I enumerated the modes a moment ago, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian, 7 traditionally recognized modes. 7 notes of a major scale, 7 traditionally recognized modes. It's not a coincidence. When you're beginning to understand modes, you want to try to memorize them in the order that I just gave them. 1, Ionian, 2, Dorian, 3, Phrygian, 4, Lydian, 5, Mixolydian, 6, Aeolian, 7, Locrian. Here it is in a nutshell. If you take the notes of a given major scale, again we're using C major, if you take those notes of C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, but you orient all your playing, your note selection towards a note other than C, chances are it's gonna end up sounding like a mode. Once again, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian. In our list of modes, Dorian, for example, we'll start with that, is the 2nd mode. And because it's the 2nd mode, we say that it's built on the 2nd scale degree of a given major scale. And so if we're thinking about, oh, I want to know the notes to D Dorian, well, we ask ourselves, of what key would D be the 2nd scale degree? The answer is of C. Remember, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. If I want to know the notes of E Phrygian, Remember, Phrygian is the third mode, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian. I would say to myself, of what key is E the third scale degree? Again, my answer is C, C, D, E. So let's step out of the key of C for a quick moment and see if we can get ourselves a couple of other examples to get more comfortable. What if we said, okay, I want to know the notes to A Dorian? Well, we've got to say to ourselves, Dorian, again, is the second mode. Of what key is A the second scale degree? The answer is the key of G major. And if you can play a G major scale, you'll also be playing A Dorian. Okay? And what makes it sound like A Dorian instead of G major? What makes it sound like E Phrygian instead of C major? It tends to be the notes that you emphasize. If I'm going to play a passage in E Phrygian, I'm going to emphasize E notes, even though I'm playing the notes from C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So I'm going to emphasize a whole bunch of E's. That was definitely not C major, but it was C, D, E, F, G. How is it not C major? Because I kept pounding away on the E notes. And of course, if I had a rhythm section, a bass player, a piano, a drummer, and they were playing a whole bunch of E minor chords, maybe an F major 7 sharp 11 to make things more interesting every once in a while, yeah, it's definitely going to sound like E Phrygian, okay? One more example, D Dorian. Again, D Dorian is built off the second scale degree. Of what key is D the second scale degree? Key of C major. So again, I'm going to play C, D, E, F, G, A, B, but I'm going to play a whole bunch of Ds. I'll even use my D string on the guitar as sort of a drone. Remember, I'm going to be playing D, E, F, G, A, B, the notes from C major, but they're not really going to sound like C major. Definitely D Dorian, definitely not C major. The notes were the same, but the feeling was entirely different. So to wrap up getting comfortable with modes, it's a two-step process maybe. You have to be comfortable figuring out the notes of a given major scale, the key of C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. The key of G, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. The key of E major, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, whatever. You have to be comfortable figuring out the notes of any major scale. Then you enumerate the modes. Again, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian. And when you're looking to find a certain mode, oh, I want G Dorian, I say to myself, well, Dorian is the second mode. It's built off the second scale degree. Of what key is G the second scale degree? And the answer is F major. Of what major key? I'm going to look for E Mixolydian. E Mixolydian. Well, Mixolydian is built off the 5th scale degree. Mixolydian is the 5th mode. Remember, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian. If Mixolydian is built off the 5th scale degree, I have to say of what key is E, because I'm looking for E Mixolydian, remember. Of what key is E the 5th scale degree? Now, of course, I got to count backwards. E, D, C, B, A major. E is the 5th scale degree of A major, and therefore if I play the notes from A major, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, if I play the notes from A major, but I continually emphasize E's, and if my backing track or my jam buddies, whatever, are playing a whole bunch of E chords, and the bass players may be droning out an E note, that kind of thing, it's going to sound like E Mixolydian. It's not going to sound like A major. So just like there are relative keys, C major has the same notes as A minor, so too the modes have the same notes. C major, D Dorian, E Phrygian, F Lydian, G Mixolydian, A Aeolian, which is just another fancy word for A natural minor, B Locrian. And indeed, even the first mode that I mentioned, Ionian, Ionian is simply a fancy name for the major scale. So again, C Ionian, that's C major. D Dorian, E Phrygian, F Lydian, G Mixolydian, A Aeolian, that is to say A natural minor, B Locrian, they all have the same notes, and if you emphasize a given note, chances are it'll sound like a given mode, okay? That's a quick and dirty way to get started with modes. We'll have another video coming up on understanding modes on a deeper level, and still another video on modal songwriting. But I hope you've enjoyed this one. Please leave a comment. Make it a nice comment. Now you can say anything you want. I can take it. Leave a comment in the comments section. If you've not yet subscribed, please do so, okay? I don't want you to miss anything. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you here at Studio Pro Musica on YouTube. Thank you.